When it's time to store your Sea-Doo Switch Pontoon, the best practice is to have it serviced at an authorized Sea-Doo dealer or qualified repair shop. That said, you can do it yourself if you have the right tools. In this video, we'll walk you through the steps you need to follow to prepare your ride for storage. First off, you should always fill up your fuel tank and add a fuel stabilizer before you get started. This way, the stabilizer will have time to mix with the fuel. Adding a fuel stabilizer will help prevent fuel deterioration and system gumming. Just make sure you follow the instructions that come with your product of choice to ensure proper use. Next, you'll want to choose an appropriate place to store your pontoon. You should be looking for a well-ventilated area. Next, install a flushing adapter on the exhaust system connector before hooking up the garden hose with the water tap closed. Moving on to the exhaust flushing process. Start by turning your engine on and running it at 5,000 RPM for 5 seconds. Then, turn it back off. To drain the system, open the exhaust drain plug and use the flushing connector to inject pressurized air at 379 kPa until there is no more water flowing from the jet pump or the exhaust system drain. To make this process easier, assemble a tool using a 1/2-inch hose, a male adapter, and a flushing connector adapter. When this step is finished, remove the flushing connector and close the exhaust system drain plug. Now it's time to clean and protect the propulsion system. Start by cleaning the jet pump by spraying water through its inlet and outlet openings. At this point, inspect the jet pump for water intrusion by removing the jet pump cone. This step is more complex, and best practice here is to have this task performed by an authorized Sea-Doo dealer or repair shop. Once reinstalled, finish by applying a coating of anti-corrosion spray on the entire jet pump. Once that's done, you can hop on board and remove the spark plugs. Then, spray an anti-corrosive lubricant into the spark plug hole and use a rag to cover the opening. In the meantime, have someone depress the throttle and bump the start button. Repeat this procedure a few times for each cylinder. This will ensure that the cylinder walls are coated. Spray a little more anti-corrosive in the cylinders and reinstall the spark plugs. You will also need to reinstall the ignition coils and verify the antifreeze levels at this point in the process. Your Switch Pontoon Operator's Guide includes instructions on how to remove and install your spark plugs and ignition coils correctly, and you can find them in the Maintenance Procedures section. Next up, it's time for battery maintenance. Before you start this process, here's a reminder that you should never remove the battery strip from its caps or charge or boost the battery while it's installed in your pontoon. It's also important to note that your setup is equipped with a maintenance-free battery and that you don't need to add water to adjust the electrolyte level. If your unit is equipped with a master switch, you should always turn it off before removing your battery for storage. Just refer to the master switch section of your operator's manual if you don't know how to do this. Next, you will disconnect the black cable followed by the red cable, taking care to perform these steps in that exact order. Once they're both detached, you can remove the battery. To prepare your battery for storage, use a soft brush and a solution of baking soda and water to clean the surface. You'll also want a firm wire brush on hand in case you need to remove any corrosion from battery cable terminals or battery posts. When you've finished this step, rinse your battery with water and dry well before placing it in a warm, dry place while your pontoon is in storage. You'll want to charge your battery periodically to keep it in good condition. Finally, we have the last phase of this process, cleaning and treating the engine compartment. Start by removing the drain plugs and lifting the front end of your Sea-Doo switch. Next, use either hot water and detergent or a bilge cleaner to clean the engine compartment. When you've completed this step and drained the compartment completely, it's time to wipe off any residual water and add lubricant to the engine and every metallic component. While your pontoon is in storage, be sure to keep the engine access panel raised at all times in order to prevent condensation or corrosion inside the engine compartment. Once you've completed every step in this process, you're ready to store your pontoon. Remember, you should never run your engine while your pontoon is in storage, or you will have to redo all these steps. Don't forget to check your operator's guide for more information and subscribe to learn more about maintaining and enjoying your Sea-Doo Switch.